Hi, this is the third time I'm trying this. My name is Christine Logsdon, and I read the book Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. Um, this book was basically a memoir about Frank McCourt's life growing up in Ireland with his family and all the struggles and hardships that they had throughout the years. Um, Frank and his family originally lived in New York, and then they moved to Ireland. Some of the hardships that they went through were the loss of several of his siblings. They passed away. Angela, his mother, her family disowned, didn't want anything to do with her because of her husband Malachi. Malachi, on the other hand, struggled to find work throughout the years, and the money that he did earn, he spent at the local pub. This is just a beer can. Yes, it's pink. He drank away all the family's money, so Angela was basically left to fend for herself and to provide for her children, and she basically did what she had to. For example, she would stand outside of the church and beg for money. At one point, they didn't have no heat, so she burnt the wall down in the house that they were living in, which caused them to be evicted. She made many sacrifices and always made sure she provided for her children. The children did go to a Catholic school. The Catholic Church, on the other hand, seemed to favor those that had money and were wealthy. Frank used to go there to confess his sins. He used to have a lot of sexual thoughts, and that was frowned upon in the Catholic Church back then. So he would go and make his confessions, because back then, if you did things like that, you were made to believe that you were going to go to hell for that, that God was watching. Even simple things like Angela smoking, that was frowned upon in the Catholic Church. Another one of the sacrifices Angela made was he was on a soccer team, and she had a red flapper dress that she kept for many years. It was in a trunk, and it reminded her of the days of when she was younger and used to be able to go out and dance and enjoy her life before her hardships. I have a red dress here, though it's just used for demonstration purposes. It's not a flapper dress. I actually would have worn it, but it's a little too small. But anyway, Frank, throughout his life, Frank always dreamt of moving back to America. It was the American dream. You know, he thought his life would be a lot better than they were in Ireland. And he always worked odd jobs and tried to help support his mother. One of the jobs he worked for a Mrs. Finuchin. I can't even pronounce it. But anyway, he used to write threatening letters and deliver them to people that owed her money. So when she passed away, he took some of that money that she had and disposed of the ledgers, so that way the people that owed her money were no longer responsible for it. No one could find the ledger. With that money, he did leave he boarded a ship and left for America. And, you know, after arriving at America, you know, he went on to become a Pulitzer Prize writer. He made lots of money, and he was successful, and basically he did live the American dream, and he did succeed. And the one thing I liked about this book was that it actually made you feel the hardships that the family was going through without actually being there. The way that things were described, and I don't know, it just made you feel like you knew exactly what the family was going through, and you could sort of feel it. So I mean, yeah, they struggled and they had a lot of hardships, but in the long run, he was persistent. He didn't give up his dream, and he became very successful, and in the long run, wealthy. Um, so that's about it. I could probably keep talking more, but if you get a chance, read Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. It was a good book to read, and I'm sure you would enjoy it as well. Thank you. Bye bye.